Welcome to this week's Choose Chat, where we talk about making godly choices that can transform your life. My name is Jill Miller, and I'm here with my good friend Laura Pedersen.
Hi everyone, thanks so much for coming back and joining us this week. This week I think we should talk about choosing faith.
Oh, faith, that's great.
Yes.
I love it.
Because there is so many individuals that I talk to that have fear, anxiety, that are just overwhelmed with so much unsettledness,
There's just an
uneasiness
unease.
in their life because of whatever is happening in the world.
Right.
And I think it really comes down to choosing faith, because God tells us it's fear or me.
Right.
Because if you have fear, then you're really not having faith in Him and believing that He is the one that knows all and
He's in control.
He's in control.
And honestly, faith drives out fear.
That's right.
I mean, we know that. I know for myself personally, the stronger I am in my faith, the closer I feel to God.
Yes.
That fear is gone.
Yeah.
But when I start letting fear take over, that's when my faith just isn't as strong, and that fear starts to take over. And even the great pillars of the faith, they had to consciously make this decision. In Hebrews 11:27, it's talking about Moses, and it says, "By faith he left Egypt, not fearing the king's anger. He persevered because he saw him who is invisible." I mean, Moses was facing this Pharaoh who was like a god, who
was a leader, a king.
He was it. If he wanted Moses killed, Moses would be killed right then.
Yep.
And Moses could have, left in fear and gone to Egypt in fear, but no, it says by faith. He went there knowing that God was in control against insurmountable odds. I mean, he's going to go up to Pharaoh and say, "Hey, those are my people, let them go."
Let them go.
Does you know how crazy that
We're
sounds?
leaving.
We're leaving. I'm taking them with me. I'm going to part the Red Sea along the way.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds crazy, but that's the kind of faith that Moses was called to. And honestly, that's the kind of faith
We're called to.
to.
And I like where it talks about he saw the invisible, Jill, because that is hard for people, that we can't see God. It's hard for us. It's hard every day but when I feel like He's not invisible is when I choose to take and spend time with Him, when I every day
investing in your faith.
Investing in my faith.
Yes.
And then I just feel so much more confident in where things are going. Right. But if I start getting tied up in the busyness of the world and don't take that time with God, it starts to float away.
Right. And in the midst of the fear, to choose faith.
Yes.
I've had some kind of weird thing, just a lot going on with my life this last couple days, and with kids and just schedules. Everything's been a little crazy. And in the midst of that, fear wanted to take over.
Yes.
And it was like I was just consciously trying with all my heart to choose faith. And of course, everything turned out
fine.
Just fine, but it was just amazing how God put that in my heart. Choose me over fear.
Yes.
And we can do that. Whether we don't have to trust our feelings, right? Because that fear will feel like it's going to take over. We have to just go beyond our feelings and choose faith.
Well, that's one thing Sarah always said. Faith is not just believing without seeing. It's also believing without feeling. Because
Sarah.
you're right. Our emotions can start taking over because of that worry and anxiety. And
we can't trust our feelings. We got to just trust our faith.
Yes.
So join us this week in choosing faith.
And join us next week as we come back for another Choose Chat.
Here we go.
Bye, everyone.
Choose to